Hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording. Today is sponsored video from Loopcloud. They reached out because they have a new integration with the Elektron Digitakt, which I find, frankly, really, really cool. Loopcloud is a subscription service. It allows you to browse a humongous collection of samples. They have an app, which we'll be looking at today, which allows you to browse in a dizzying variety of ways. Hey, it's editing, Jeremy. Just to get this up front, $5 a month is their lowest subscription tier, and Elektron users get 2 months free. And they have a loop editor, which allows you to take any sample, warp it to any time, change its pitch, and then export it as a new sample. With the recent firmware update for the Digitakt that allowed slicing and stuff like that, one of the things I complained about was that we were going to run out of space more often because we wanted to put longer loops on there. And the solution was to speed up your loops and put them up an octave so that you could save some space. And then when you got them in the Digitakt, you put them down an octave and they go back to their original time and pitch minus a little bit of frequency at the top. You can check that video out in the description if you want. There was no real easy way to do that until Loopcloud was like, hey, yeah, by the way, our app allows you to do exactly that. So what I'm going to show you in this video is, one, the Loopcloud app. We're going to browse for some samples. I'll show you how we can edit them and get them onto the Digitakt in such a way where there's no wasted space on the Digitakt, and we have custom sample sets for everything we want to do for a session. It's fun, it's cool, it's easy breezy, it's lemon squeezy, and let's get into it. Sorry, I forgot to mention, at the end of this whole thing, we're going to make this.
Less words and more action. Big world and all my attention.
I have the Loopcloud app right here. It is a subscription service, meaning that you pay money, once a month and you get credits. You have to make sure that you have the most recent version of Loopcloud, that you have your Digitakt updated to the most recent update firmware. And then you want to go into your settings here and go to like System, USB config, and make sure USB config is set to Overbridge. Go and download the Overbridge software from Elektron. It allows your Digitakt to talk to the computer. And then launch Overbridge, launch Loopcloud, go up into your preferences here, find where it says always show Elektron sidebar enabled right here, boop, 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 close that up. Now you see we have this Elektron sidebar right here. And you'll notice that it's already connected, baby. Yeah, look at that. So I have this pattern right here that I made. That is a combination of my samples and the Loopcloud samples. One of the interesting things that this will do is analyze your library. This is my sample library right here. It's got all my samples in here. I can treat these just like the samples from Loopcloud itself and do all the fun things to it in order to get it on my Digitakt. So what we're going to do is go to a new pattern. So you'll see here that when I went back to my track settings here, now I have everything like blank. So I can start putting some samples on here. Let's go ahead and start exploring samples from Loopcloud itself. I'd like to start with some good atmospheric and melodic samples. So we have the ability to explore this upper thing here. Hot, we have curated collections, which are really, really interesting. So like the drum and bass toolkit will probably be coming back there. Lo-fi cuts, organic drums. So these are like curated collections from a whole bunch of different packs all put together. Let's hit see all in our collections and take a look at what we have here. Let's do cinematic. Let's see what we got for cinematic. Oh wait, it's Venus Theory. Why don't we use Venus Theory samples? So you can see over here on the left, these are from different collections, right? Like Mist, Hope, Bleak. So we can go into these collections and pick from a variety of different sample packs, which is great. It sort of like cross-pollinates from a bunch of different things. Ooh, spooky. Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, we're going to use that. Okay, so you can see down here we have BPM and pitch and lock and stuff like that. So what I want to do is I want to go over to, this is actually already at 167, it says. So I want to make sure that I go over to here to my Digitakt and I go into here. My BPM is set to 167. Watch what happens if I change that. It changes here. So your Digitakt is actually controlling the tempo of Loopcloud, which is frankly freaking cool. I'm gonna hit edit. Now we can edit this sample. I can choose how long I want it to be, which is frankly cool. I think we only need like this. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this first part. I'm now going to do the trick that I did before with the video I did where the old school sampler technique where we go up an octave and we make it go twice as fast. And I'm going to say export, render current track. So it's going to download it and render it as I have just edited it here, which means I can put it on the Digitakt exactly as it is. And I can just grab this right here and put it right here. Now, if I go over to my Digitakt, there it is. I think that's cool as shit. That is a really good bass. Let's grab this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and reset so we can hear what this will sound like in the actual Digitakt, minus the stereo information. All right, let's give this one the treatment. Go back to our Elektron thing here. So I'm going to go up 2 octaves, or 1 octave, excuse me. And I'm going to say divide by 2. So 3 to 7 is 4 bars. So that'll do. Buy it. So we can actually build up every single track that we might want to mess with in here through the loop editor here, which is pretty wild. Great. So I'm going to pitch these all down on the Digitakt, but you know, you probably already knew that if you'd watched my other video. And if you haven't, well, shit, go watch it. I'm going to go to this flow and bounce vocals thing. I think I really like this.
Oh, yes, oh, yes,
That's so cool.
less words and more action. Big world and no attention.
Oh my God, yeah.
Just feel on here so loud. Try to take control of yourself.
Pitch up an octave and then divide by 2. Buy it, flip it, warp it, pitch it, warp it,
soup it up, and grade it.
So I'll put this straight into RAM. RAM. All right, let's get some drums going on, baby. Actually, let's go back to library, or let's go back to explore and find those curated collections. I had a pretty good job in the drum and bass toolkit one here. I like that snare. Buy that shit. So in case you don't know, you know, the Digitakt has a sample pool for each project that you're working in, and that's what we're looking at here for the RAM. So we have 128 slots and a certain amount of RAM. It's cool. It tells you if you've used it or not, which is nice as well. Because I think you can purge samples you haven't used right here. So basically, this is like what Elektron Transfer should have been. Yeah, we have 4 more channels. Okay, so we have kick and snare. Let's do some kind of percussion. I could slice that. I like using percussion for this stuff because it like always kind of like has a vibe. Like you can see how there's like different amounts of variation to the velocity and timbre here. That's why I like using this stuff. Let's find a top loop. I'll go into library and I will go into drum and bass. Ooh, I like that. And then let's do a bigger break for like a different section. Usually that involves like something with ride cymbal or like some kind of like tambourine or like that. So we'll put this into RAM and we're almost done with this process. Oh, we need a lead sound. So let's go into Explore, Synth, One Shot. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So we will take this down to F, buy it, flip it, flip it, warp it, warp it, rip it, rip it, warp it. Elektron. And then we put that here. And I'm going to go into Playbox. And we are in F minor, I know. So let's see what we got in F minor. I think I'm going to use this one. Cool. So what I need to do is put it up an octave because it's a long one. And I will say divide by 2. Oh, times 2. Export it to process it. And then finally, a couple one-shots from drum and bass that are like kind of like aggressive bass sounds. Give me some neurofunk. Yeah, that's good. All All right, so that's Loopcloud. I think that it is great. I wish that Elektron Transfer did the sample editing stuff that this thing did. It's one of those things that after using it, I'm like, this is what like Overbridge and Elektron Transfer should have had all along, is this sort of resampling, repitching, tempo syncing kind of stuff. So I'm really, really happy that this is out there. I think it's an amazing tool for anyone using the Digitakt, especially since it will go into your own sample library too and tag it, and you can do all those things with your own sample library. You don't need to make new copies anymore of your own stuff to edit them in time and in pitch. So that's 2 thumbs up. Enthusiastically. The thing I'm not super stoked about is the fact that this functionality is locked behind the subscription to Loopcloud. When they announced this functionality, they also announced the cessation of their like basic or free tier, which essentially means that you have to have a Loopcloud subscription to be able to use all of this functionality. So that's the price of admission. I don't know what the pricing plans are for here. I don't know like how much it costs. Hey, it's me, Editing Jeremy. I actually do know how much plans cost. They start at $5 a month, and Elektron users get 2 months for free. I mean, $5 footlong, baby. It's sound for your mouth, a footlong of sound. Check it out. If it's reasonable to you, then you do get a lot more functionality in relation to your Digitakt and sample managing, and it actually makes it like it should have been all along, honestly. That's my take on that. So I'm going to take these samples that we've worked on, and I'm going to go jam out on a track with the Digitakt, the Digitone, the Syntakt, the Arturia Microfreak, and my brand new Prophet X. Wonderful combo. It's going to be fun. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you over there, and have a wonderful day.
And more action, big world, and all my attention. Burn and useful, oh hear so loud. Try to take control of yourself. Less words and more action, big world, and all my attention. Burn and useful, oh hear so loud. Try to take control of yourself. Less words and more action, big world, and all my attention. Burn and useful, oh hear so loud. Try to take control of yourself. Less words and more action. Big world and all my attention. Burn and useful, oh hear so loud. Try to take control of yourself. I hear was it the way operate slow. Try to I hear was it